your hair is doing that.
I have hair stuck to my forehead.
In the stillness somewhere above the city.
Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium to bring you another Mousie moment. She's super excited. So anyway, I have a few announcements for you guys. Number one is that it's almost time for the Texas Reptile Expo in Arlington, Texas, the last weekend of July. And also, I am considering beginning to stream on Twitch. Now, if you don't know what that is, I don't know what to say. You're not a gamer? If you do know what that is, I would love to hear whether or not you think I should start streaming on Twitch. I just got a few games. Moss was one of them. I'm super excited about trying it. I do love VR. So let me know what you guys think about that. On to the viewer questions. This question was from Tasha411 and apparently it was about Fuzzy. They wrote about wanting to know about their tarantula Fuzzy, who she's had for over a year. She said that she went to the pet store to get cat food and wound up bringing home a tarantula. And so her little T has grown up over time and she's having a problem because the tarantula has a little cave and she keeps burrowing under it, and the keeper is wondering about the potential dangers of that. So now that it's happened a few times, she's actually removed the cave. And so she was asking me what possible alternatives were. One thing you can do is just reinforce your substrate. You can mix things, like you can mix sand into your soil and that makes it buildable for your animals to where it's a more solid structure. And also you could, even though it's not the prettiest, you could actually paint it or decorate it, but you can substitute like the ceramic cave or whatever you had before with like a styrofoam or even like a red Solo cup. And I know that that is not the coolest looking and that a lot of people don't really like that, but half of a Solo cup is weightless. If that burrow collapsed, I mean, to be honest with you, the animals usually know what they're doing when it comes to construction, so I wouldn't say that's a huge risk, although it is a possibility. And if a large ceramic structure comes crashing down on them, you could certainly have an injured or even a dead animal on your hands. But if you have something like half of a plastic cup or a nearly weightless styrofoam structure, I don't see really any danger there. There is the potential of some wild freak accident, but overall, I would say you should be good. This was a comment by Logan's Tarantulas, and they said, I believe the Honduran curly hair is the best starter for me. The G. rosea has a bad reputation, and I'm worried for people who are going to get it. As I've heard, it can be more aggressive than an AC blue. Just my opinion, not really about the video. So I've talked about this quite a bit, and I think that the best starter tea does vary from person to person. Is my hair tickling your feet? Oh, I'm so sorry, Her Royal Highness. And so, number one, your climate can dictate what's going to be easier for you to keep, because if you live in a tropical climate, it might be easier for you to keep a tropical animal. If you live in a dry desert climate, that might be easier because you have to do less work to simulate a natural healthy environment for the animal. In general, terrestrial species tend to be more docile than arboreal species. However, since no tarantula venom poses a medically significant danger to humans, I never hope that any of my viewers are bitten, but if you are, it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be a fun time, but life goes on. My greater concern when people get bitten by tarantulas is a lot of times the tarantula ends up dying because, you know, just out of reflex, you know, you flick your hand or whatever happens. Sometimes people get upset and, you know, who knows what. But I would say that that's a perfect choice for you if you've done the research and you're confident that you can meet that animal's needs. If you read about it and figure out that it has a really long lifespan and you know you're going to be moving in 5 years, maybe that's not the animal for you, you know, because you're a teenager or something. So I would say research the animal. If you feel like you can meet that animal's needs, then it's probably the right choice for you. This is a comment on the world's largest spider devours a mouse from Mike B. So Mike B said, deadly tarantula girl, is it true that feeding them pinkies or a mouse is bad for tarantulas? I read on someone else's channel they can't digest the calcium from them and it causes it to build up, causing the tea to slowly die. So here's what I will say to that. That's absolutely not true, because actually some studies have shown that actually the exoskeleton of a cricket actually has more calcium than a mouse. However, eating a mouse or a pinky is much fattier and has a lot more protein than eating invertebrates. Now, it's been proven that in the wild tarantulas eat a varied diet and that the bird-eating species do prey on small mammals, but their diet does primarily consist of other invertebrates. So I would say the healthiest choice for your animal over time is ideally to simulate what they eat in the wild the best you can. And so I would say that's going to be a varied diet made up of inverts with some very small mammals thrown in on a special occasion. Well, I hope you guys liked this Mousie moment. I've got some very exciting things coming up soon. Do I keep tickling you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you next time.
Lights, you're falling in love.